That existing. Alright, audio should be here. Yeah, it is. It is. I'm just getting people here to actually join. I pinged a few people. And then we'll start right away. So about 2 minutes. So. I'm watching chat off of my phone, and I have an overlay with chat, but right now this is just my webcam. Okay. Should be live soon. Should get everyone here soon enough. I actually kind of forgot to set up an audio input capture for this webcam. I have it for the main overlay, which will come up in a few minutes, but I kind of panicked it. Which, entirely understandable, I guess. Oh, what the fuck? I'm taking credit for Soli's role. I've encouraged this. Nice. What notification did OBS just give me? I have no idea. Alright. I think it's time we get to it. This? It is. Alright, oh my god, the chat is so small. Is it actually like seeing? Oh my god, it is so small. Never mind, never mind. Oh my god. Okay, I've gotta. Nah, I've actually gotta make it bigger. What the fuck? It's so small. Oh my god. Okay, how about we just. No. Did I edit it? Yeah, I did. Okay, someone do me a service and type shit. I am not Indian. Fuck off. Okay. Okay, I think I edited it, but instead I think the chat might be gone because I edited the size of it. I'm not gonna end the broadcast because the size got edited. Okay. So he's from Japan plus, yeah, probably. I might have to like copy here. I may have like. Yeah, I may have to copy URL again into chat to get it working. It doesn't matter. I'm just a stickler for details, mostly. So whenever, so not having chat work, it's not gonna suck. I'm just stalling to the details. You know what? We can't get chat working today. That is fine. Everyone is gonna just be live. Gonna see themselves. Doesn't matter if chat can be seen. Long ads? No. Alright. So this is the main thing that we are here for. The main thing that I wanted to do. So I saw this tier list, this little tier list on Twitter. And I thought I could do something like this. I could do something like this with tier maker. And today we're doing exactly that. I modified his tier list a bit. The original tier list looks like... No, it's because I edited it. I edited it to be this. It actually looked something different. Make me mod? I'm not gonna do that for the time being. I'm not gonna make anyone mod for the time being, actually. It's power abuse. And I don't really care. So, let's look at this. This is a list of every single team that has made Brawl Stars competitive once in every region. Just so that I can be consistent, I'm gonna open Brawl Stars Wiki. Oh my god, I hate this. And maybe open tabs for classes that we don't know. This reminds me of Margo, Mail with the tabs. Those are like job applications. So too bad. Nothing funny here. Do you need an overlay for a desktop stream? I wanted to make something unique, okay? I don't really care. So let's look at this. Let's go from S to F. S, the total best teams, probably contenders to win everything. And then it goes downhill from there. A plus, A minus, teams that will probably make votes. But we are inconsistent of their quality. So basically, they might be completely different from each other or somewhat equal. And multiple teams will end up in the same tier. We'll order them from left to right in terms of tier strengths. Like most tier lists. B tier teams are teams that, yeah, they make monthly finals, alright. They might be able to make the finals of it, make LCQ, etc. But they're like not amazing on the world stage, probably. Might have a few hot takes, but that's like any subjective opinion. C are typical contenders. They might make some events. They might make decent places in their region, but on the world stage they might suck. Oh, I think it's notifications that actually screw me over here. So D and F are hot garbage. They might be Brawl Hub like B tier teams, casual teams that may make the finals, the monthly finals once and then get 3-0 in quarters. Those kind of teams. Yeah, we all have a fair share of them, alright? We all have a fair share. So, who cares? Alright. We have about every team from every region besides the Chinese teams that will make it to last chance qualifier. I've heard that they're going to be added later. Where is toxic loaders here? Is it suddenly gone? Oh, there it is. Even China is here. So, alright. It's very interestingly ordered. I don't know if it's actually ordered alphabetically. Who the fuck does that? Oh my god. Well, might not be even. I saw it was. But alright. So, let's go. I guess we're going alphabetical. Why did they sort it by region? Ask the guy who made it. I don't know. That sounds stupid. Alright. So, let's go... Let's go and sort of what's given to us, I guess. The first thing that we have is Alpha 7. So, Alpha 7, a team that has been in South America, they've made the semifinals a lot of times. Dave, oh my god, why are you showing me ads on this? I should have like gone with ad block into this. What the hell? Oh my god. Alpha 7 glazer rating Alpha 7. So the reason why I was glazing them so high is because in the tournament before the monthly finals, they've beaten every single team in the region. They've lost to Casa, they've beaten this team again. They've beaten them twice. And the only team they haven't beaten is Loud. We'll get to Loud. I think they've definitely made a statement. But then they flunked it to the team they 2-0'd. So I think even with the clear upgrade in rosters that they've got, they're kind of inconsistent. I'm gonna put them at B minus. This seems to be like the exact middle of the list. Yeah, and seems like a good place to start. Maybe even B, the exact middle. Kind of like J-Shred tier lists where he puts something in the middle and then we're going to be judging, is this team better than like any other team? Is this team better than Alpha 7 versus Alpha 7? B plus, I don't know. We might actually like regroup some of those teams, depending on who goes where. Because when we get all of these teams in a list, it will be much easier to sort out who is better and who is worse. Right now, we're just starting. Judging everything based on Alpha 7 is crazy. It's a decent team. Alright, I'm still putting it in B minus. It's still Latham. It's decent enough of a precedent, I think. It's decent enough of a precedent. Later on, we'll configure it. Castle Brawl. Alright, so Castle Brawl. I'm gonna put it somewhere here so I don't drag it, but I'm gonna actually give it a ranking. I just don't want to drag this team around like this. Castle Brawl is interesting. They won the February monthly finals, but then they've completely flunked it. Completely flunked it in all other monthly finals. And they haven't even like qualified for anything. This is their best after the monthly final winning. Every single team is here. So we're rating it based on how they would probably compare to each other on the world stage. And given how they've drastically fallen off, they've been playing second to Loud. This is the last tournament they won. The last, and that was almost 3 months ago. Oh my god. So I think they're genuinely worse than Alpha 7. They have not won that team. I think it's about C+. I think they can like show good results when they can, but I think 2024 has burned them out. They lost disastrously at Worlds, so has Latham, to be honest, so has Space Station Gaming. And that's it. Code OG. Oh boy, where do I even begin? So I don't know how to rate this team properly since they disbanded, but I think what has happened with them is pretty terrible, even with them kind of dropping off. Code OG, I have just placed them so I wouldn't drag them around, okay? Code OG is like D tier. Where the fuck is Code OG? Code OG, the best place they've gotten is a semi-final in North America. Obvious Broad Watch. I think it's like D to C minus. Yeah, it's D. He's coaching SSG now. That might be good. Might be good, but also it's SSG. I don't trust it. I think they're like top of D. Charleston second best, kind of watched. Crazy Raccoon. Next is Crazy Raccoon. So Crazy Raccoon have gone in a bit of an odd dilemma, where you may think this is a good team. They won the East Asian February monthly finals, and then they shit the bed. I'm not joking. Like, this is what they've come to. This is quarterfinals. So I don't think I think they're a B tier team solely because this is APAC and this is LATAM. I think the skill gap is a bit higher, but I don't think they're B plus or A minus. No. The problem is that when you're so outdated that you can't beat teams that you've previously beaten, their drafting is completely off the charts. They've lost to teams they should have been beating. They've gone out in quarters to set 5 Zeta, gone out 0-3 to Zeta Division. The only team they've beaten to get out of semis is a team that has been consistently losing in quarterfinals. Like, you can't make this up. They suck. They suck. They suck in the region. Straight up, no. I don't think they deserve anything better than a B. We'll get to other teams. Maybe if I put them too much, they'll go to B+, but no. Just no. Elevate. Elevate is interesting. Elevate is an NA team. So, given how terribly the NA has performed in the Brawl Cup, my rating of them is a bit off. B plus or A minus might be. I think I'm gonna put them in A minus maybe. I think I actually might have to see how they perform, how rank other teams, and then maybe I put them in A or A minus. Because right now they have proven to be. Did I just close Wikipedia? I did. They have shown that they're a bit better than Tribe as of now. I mean, 3-0ing Tribe in grand finals after losing to them 3-0 in April, that's a statement. Alright, that's a statement. I think that's fine. And in Brawl Cup, they've performed better, but they've also had to beat the weakest team in the Brawl Cup to get to that point. They had a somewhat decent showing against Zeta Division, but that's about it. They've lost in almost the same fashion to them. Try probably still better skill-wise, but they do good shit. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And unfortunately, Zar was also playing for Revenant X Spark. Lucky to see that he's found his footing. Right now, it's A minus. I think they're better than LATAM teams, but I also don't like to rank them after the performance that they had. So, alright. NA is nearest airport, yeah. Effort result. Effort result is like D tier, like immediately. D or C minus since APAC is a region with high skill. Is it me or the thing? I think OBS has given me notifications for every single message, but whatever. I think it's higher skill than NA, but I don't think they're like a good team in the region. They have made quarterfinals, they've made nice just here. They made quarterfinals, but that's about it. Promising, they had Ghosty who made finals in 2024, but he's not playing, he's a content creator. Cola G disbanded, Effort Result didn't. Alright, let's see. Ichono. So Ichono is probably also D. Nah, Cola G is going to C minus actually, since I'm ranking Ichono in D. Ichono has made quarterfinals twice. They're kind of washed. I think they're like really washed. Mostly because while they did take try to set 5 once, I think it was probably due to lack of practicing. And then they weren't able to do a nice showing. I guess they took 1 set off of Elevate, which was the only thing they gave them. So alas, they made finals in 2022, that was 3 years ago. So alright, that ends the deal. Foot esports. I I think they could be about A tier if they put their game up. They're really like A to A minus. I think it's probably still A, but like it's gonna be bottom of A, like middle. Foot esports, oh yeah, that's definitely the mighty have fallen. I don't know if it's a problem of management or have they just been on a downfall. They've never been like the super consistent team on the world stage. Their world song is kind of a miracle. If they keep the work, they can take votes again. Yeah, but they're right to the finals. The only finals, by the way. It hasn't been to particularly solid teams either. I mean, Novo is speaking consistency, and this was little Brawlhub CTS. So, like, no. They had a decent opening game against Team Heretics, but alas. The mighty have fallen. Lowest scrim rates in EMEA, that is true. That is true. I don't know why they do it. Maybe they got burnt out after 2 years. They were the best team in 2024, I think, in the European region still. And then they made that disastrous showing against SK Gaming, and then Humble showed that they're like the newest team of LAN events. So, alas, they're going to A, they're going to be like bottom of A. But I think if they like go to LCQ or Worlds, they could make a decent run in it to maybe like quarterfinals, semifinals. It depends on who they face, but I don't think they're going to be super consistent. If they face another SK Gaming, they might lose. Frenzy Gaming, D tier, they've only made quarterfinals. They haven't done decent showings. I think it's straightforward. Alright. Gen G, oh my god. Oh my god. Let's talk about Gen G for a second. Alright? First of all, alright. Okay, wait. Alright. You know what? You know what? I'm making a separate tier specifically for this team, alright? Let me tell you the story of the worst fucking team ever in the world right now. Alright, where's April Monthly Final? Come on, I need you right now. So, Gen G is a massive Korean organization, right? Like, I'm not shitting you. Look at how many losses they have in games, right? So, like, who do they have in chess? I don't even fucking, oh, it's Arjun with this. Okay. Why do they have a chess player? What? Okay. So they've gotten, like, interesting players, right? They entered it, and everyone thought, oh, this team's gonna be hype. The two players they've recruited were like Korean commentators. They were on good teams. They're trying to grow a Korean scene in Boston, right? Problem is, the Koreans haven't won a monthly final since 2020. 2020 was 5 years ago. They haven't done anything notable since 2020 in the scene. So, would you imagine that they haven't qualified to any monthly finals, no matter what iteration of the team they've done? And the one time they qualified, you think could play for them in NA. Maybe if you move to Korea like Vegeta did for a few months. He's not playing for Elevate in the second split now. He's in Korea. You know, maybe they could get him. That would be funny. They went out against Reject in the most one-sided loss in the entire scene. Like, you should probably see it. You should have seen it. So I think they deserve a separate tier. Just the worst attempt at creating a scene, a Korean scene in the Brawl Stars competitive scene, and they failed utterly. They have no problem with signing foreign players. Why just not do that? They have the money. I don't know. Humble. Humble is going somewhere here still. They haven't qualified to the latest monthly final, but I'm kind of considering that's a lucky fluke. Humble is still one of the best teams in the world, and considering they're showing at World Cup, they might be able to win it all on votes. There might be some competition. I won't deny there might be. I don't know how Zeta will perform against them. Could be interesting, but I think they have the chance to win it all again. Run it back. European Revolution. Let's get next. Pioneers. Pioneers is odd. I'm gonna place them as better than Alpha 7 in B minus. Maybe moving up to B. See, they've lost in a pretty dramatic fashion right now in NA to Team Electors, right? And the only thing they've been able to make right now is semis. They're kind of like Space Station Gaming, but a bit better, right? Somewhat a bit better than SSG right now. But I don't think they're good. I don't think they're like amazing. I think they make last chance qualifier stuff with the way that they're going. I think they'll make it, or SSG does. No, Space Station Gaming does. Actually, I think they make. Never mind. I completely forgot like who makes what. No, actually, Pioneers, Space Station Gaming, and ST-Man are kind of locked in world spot base. So I'm gonna put them in B minus. They haven't shown particularly amazing results. You know, in 2024 LCQ, Fade, Tyrant, Zulong, they've lost to Luminosity in a bad race. Those like set 5. So I'm currently putting them down at B minus. Okay, Loud. Loud is somewhat 80, I think. Loud is bar none the best. It's doing top messages instead of all messages. Alright, I'm seeing everyone now. But now Pioneers lost to below, they gotta retire, yes. Yes, watched. I think Elevate. Okay, yeah, you know what? Elevate might go in A. If they're like Loud level, yeah. I think they're Loud level, and Loud is Elevate level. So yeah. I think they're better than Tribe now. Loud is the best team in South America, and they're kind of equal. So if there might be more teams in A, and if they're placed like this, they could be like over anybody right now. Food is better than those two teams. Okay, fuck up. Fuck, stop. Loud is interesting. In World Cup, they've definitely shown that they've kind of still got it. South America could make an interesting showing if they really want to. Yeah, this is dramatic. Obviously they lost the Chinese, but Toxic Lotus is basically the equivalent of a top Asia Pacific team. So that kind of goes that. No, I'm kind of still counting this World Cup in my end. If they went to day 3, they would lose guaranteedly, but I think they're pretty interesting. I think they could do an interesting showing. or they could do what South America did in 2024 and bomb out. I hope that doesn't happen, and I don't think that's gonna happen. But let's see how that goes. Navi, Navi is interesting, right? I think they're better than Crazy Raccoon for the record, but I don't think they're on A tier level. They made the finals over Reject, actually. Yeah, I think it's B+. I think they're better than Crazy Raccoon, but I don't think they're somewhere on this level yet. Who's on that roster now? Let me check. Oh, wait, I can check here. June. Navi. a.k.a. Kuru Ryohei. a.k.a. two-time world champion, washed. Kuru Ryohei, staple players, also world champion. a.k.a. is washed, but they can still be a top team when they try. I mean, we've seen... No, wait, why the show? Yeah, we've seen they can make finals in April if they really try. That reverse sweep was cinema, alright? That was cinema. But the fact that they still lose to the top team means that they're not on that level yet. But they definitely can make it. Actually, I think I know where I'm gonna put Reject at, and I think I'm gonna put them a bit high here at A-. Because I think they're not Reject level, but I think they're at least they're APAC. Yeah, right. Niva is similar to Frenzy Gaming. Korean roster, they're better than Genji, by the way. This is the Korean roster that they should have signed. But it hasn't made monthly finals right now, so I think it's pretty straightforward. NXT goes here as well, but they're like better than this. Better than all of those, and then Eternal goes here. NXT, they made monthlies once and then wait 3-0. The only reason why I'm putting them somewhat top of these because Europe is the best region. So I'm inherently biased, alright? Let's go next. Reject. Reject is like better than those teams, I think. Actually, okay, let's make it clear. Elevate a bit better than Loud. Reject a bit better than those. Foot better than Reject. Could be an unbased take. But after that, bomb out from Zeta Division in Day 3. I don't feel comfortable putting APAC over EMEA, but Reject, they've consistently played second place. Apart from that cinema, they would have made it here, and then it would have been another North American situation where the first and second teams makes it. I'm really happy with the fact that they did not. Alright. Rival Esports, what have they done in 2025? This is a team that I've completely forgot. APAC feels closer stuff, that is fair. I've completely forgot about what they've done in 2025. Okay, they've made semifinals once and then they kind of bombed out. They haven't made more than semis and they bombed out of qualifiers. Alright, I remember them now. I think Rivals very forgettable. They've done an interesting run in Worlds, but right now they're not great. Mameshi, I see Terry Mameshi, 2021 World Champion, but he was kind of sidelined. And I find these players kind of promising, but no. C tier, yeah. Actually, I'm gonna put them B-. I'm gonna put them B- because they kind of made semis. They've made semifinals like Crazy Raccoon has. No, C+. You know what, C+. Then put them off casted. Yeah. They have a way lower skill ceiling that Chrysler Kun has. If Chrysler Kun gets drafts, I can see them going here or even here. But right now, they're awful. They need to fire their coach. Alright, let's see. Synchronic Gaming. Synchronic Gaming, who's that? Oh, that is the second Southeast Asia team, right? Yes, that is. They've beaten Revenant X Spark, but they've played second fiddle to them. Consistently. Play second fiddle to them, Prime Vex Hiroshi, and they lost to them in Road to Brawl Cup. So I think they go in about C- below those. Solely because they won. They won it. I mean, we could get to different kinds of names for organizations. We could mark them all we want. Above Eternal, well, yeah. I think they're above them slightly, but that is a very low bar to cross. That's a very low bar, I think. Okay, SK Gaming. This is interesting. This is interesting. I'm thinking I'm gonna put them in A+. I may put them in like bottom S. Right now they're top of A. They have not shown a particularly great result in the monthly finals. That's an understatement. Oh, that's an understatement. Ugh. I mean, Team Heretics deserved that win, but 3-0. 3-0, guys. But I still think they're one of the top European teams. They made second in Brawl Cup. After a tough battle, they made second. So that kind of makes sense. They didn't do well at all the monthly. That's kind of interesting. SK Kalalis. I'm gonna put them like here as well. I'm gonna put them here above Casabral, because Casabral have not like done any good shit at all now. But below any of those teams, simply because they won SKC above Alpha 7, they win and lose against Alpha 7. I think they're equal, but I think Alpha 7's skill ceiling is higher. Not because I glaze, but because I've like observed these players a bit. So right now I am thinking that they should be here. If not, then could be top. Then I could swap them with rival, but forgettable. It's not glaze. Fuck off. SSG. SSG. Alright. We've gotten to the unfortunate part of the tier list, which is SSG and ST-Man. SSG and Stamina, right? BRB plus. You've gotta be fucking joking, right? Okay. So, for the record, I don't think they're above Koizakun. For the record, I think they're somewhere here. But let me check. Pioneers have bombed in the quarterfinals of this, right? It's probably on Pioneers level, yes. But Pioneers have kind of performed better than them in Brawl Stars competitive. I don't know about Match Arena stuff. Not like they make sense. Actually, I should see who's actually participating in this. Space Station made the playoffs, so they're facing against Pioneers in 18 minutes. Oh god, I'm not streaming that. That's 11 p.m. for me. KCP's versus SSG false. I think they're equal level. And they've performed a bit better in the BSC, but that's it. Just about it. Uh, about it. I don't know how OG will coach them. They could get better in July and August. They could actually get better than Pioneers in the later monthly finals, but you have to see. They've kind of, both Pioneers and KCP have enabled the pattern of they face Tribe, they face Elevate, and then they die. In 3v3, Bobby clears Fade, has that weird pedal mustache. I have a weird pedal mustache, but you aren't talking about it. Alright. So let's go next. ST-Man. For the record, I think they're also on SSG level. And then they're also on Pioneers level. I think Huang is better than Steel exponentially. And they could have won against SSG if they didn't mount the fucking generational comeback. Like, I was looking at that and I was shitting myself. ST-Man can do well, ST-Man can. Against Tribe and Elevate stuff, the whole region is playing third place. They're playing for LCQ, they're playing for that third vault spot. Actually, let's take a look at the leaderboards real quick. For North America, yeah. It's 4-way battle, kind of. Space Station is slightly ahead, but with double points, 30-point difference does not really matter. Eternal is out of the competition, I think. Colo G is in a weird situation. We'll get to talking about Team Electus later. ST-Man, Pioneers, SSG, they're all locked in this 3-way battle, and then what the fuck is going on here? Like, we can go into that. We can go into this as well. Every single region has a bit more of a rivalry than North America. Loud clears, but still. Elevate and Tribe aren't that far ahead. When they make first and second place, trust me, they are. So I think they're all right about at the same level. I think that's how it goes. Alright, Popular Supermassive. I think they go straight to C tier. They're the definition of mid. And they gets 1 or 2 volt spots, they get 3. They get 3. And then this is last chance qualifier. They get 1 spot. And I get 3. Put Muya tier buff as and put Tribe in it? No. Okay. So I think they're here. They made an impressive semi-finals run, but that's about it. They are losing the side events. They've lost in quarterfinals of the June monthly finals. I expected them to perform better after April, but alas. Honestly, alas. That's too bad. Also, the CEO of the organization that is sponsoring them is in jail for defrauding hundreds of millions of dollars. You don't get anything more than mediocre after having your sponsor CEO being fucking jail. Like, come on now. What are you doing? Alright. I had high hopes for Butler IDK. What happened? They just could not catch the competition. I can't say anything. That's too bad. What is even happening? Alright, Heretics is somewhere here. But this is like heavy recency bias. they could be top of A, they could be A plus. I think they'll really know where they stand after the July-August monthly finals. See, they're like Nova Esports a bit, where they might have won a monthly final, but they might fizzle out later, and I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I'm gonna put them, just to be safe, I'm gonna put them in absolute top of A, and then see if my judgment is correct. Because if they make a decent showing at the next monthly final, A plus. If they don't, I think they're gonna stay as probably number 3 European team. So safety setting. Alright, Tribe Gaming. I don't even know. I don't even know how to rank you. No, I'm not ranking it as. I think it goes here. Like A minus, like bottom. I don't know. I think Tribe has more technical skill, but I think Elevate has them on draft now. I think Elevate has caught up to them and has them by the ass. They've won their few matches against Tribe, and I think after Broke Up they've kind of fallen off. Elevate has gotten better. Peak FA minus, yes. I don't know, we might see them win the July-August finals, which will decide it, but that's a really bad precedent after they bomb out of Brawl Cup. Like, come on. Can North America win a major at this point? They elevated their game, I guess. Nice joke. Alright, reply Totem. Totem is not in an amazing position. I think Totem goes somewhere in like B minus or C plus. Actually, it might be at bottom of B minus. Totem, you know, they've been hyped a lot. They've been hyped a lot in the Tribe 1 tweet. They've been hyped a lot in this monthly final because they've been coached by they've been coached by Gresty, who's like, come on, show me who is this guy. They've been coached by this guy who's been winning every single match arena right now, and he's 15 years old. He can't even compete, and he's considered top 5. I guess he's not as good of a coach though, because they've lost to their Italian rivals. Angel Boy needs to lock in 20k at 15-year-old. I think he earned more than that. He might have earned more than that. He can't even compete yet, and he's earned more than some of the people competing in Brawl Stars competitive for several years. This guy found the infinite money glitch. Yeah, he will. I think he might. Or he might fall off at 16. 16 and washed. I don't think that will happen. So. Alright. Let's see. Upcore. Upcore is better than Synchronic. But they're not better than Popular. They're the top of the South Asian region, so basically top Indians. 2023 Revenant was cool, but alas, that's all they said. That's all she wrote. Zeta Division, alright. Somewhere in S, but then SK would go into S. So the top of A plus. S below Humble. S below Humble, and then, yeah, SKA. They haven't lost their consistency yet, but they've lost to Humble. They lose to Humble, but I don't think they lose to... Actually, no, did they lose to SK in the World Cup? They may have. They actually may have. Don't they have a bad Legion? Don't diss the bad Legion. I mean, they're the only team that is like amazing on the world stage in the Legion, but I wouldn't diss. Yeah, they've actually like lost to set 5, but that doesn't like mean a lot. I think they're still, yeah, it might be top of a humble, yes. So there we go. Is that we're actually done with like more than half? I'm surprised we are wrapping this up. People Duncan and Abed give Zeta the pass. I don't recall them performing last in World Cup, buddy. I recall them actually making it to day 3. So okay. Let's see. Zuita Gang. They made the finals of South America in April. Almost won it, but then Loud came back. They have the best North American drafter under them, and they can't do a lot in South America still. I think they're sort of around here. Fuck, come on. Okay. That's about all I can say about this team. Promising, but not promising enough. Okay, Toxic Lotus. Toxic Lotus is about here. And Toxic Lotus is probably about here. Alright. So, I have no idea of whether they are better than Reject. But I think they've definitely made a point. If they hadn't gone to set 5 against Escape, they really just won them right then and there. Probably would have stayed the same place. But they made a statement, right? They made a statement that if they compete in APAC, might have been one of the top teams. But also, it's kind of the underestimation factor. No one considers China a serious region. They consider the one-trick region, and then they come and suddenly do like massive upsets at the tournament they played. Like, I really like what they're doing. I like their showing. I wonder if they'll like be able to make a good show at LCQ, if they'll actually qualify to Worlds, and what they'll do. I think they've kind of need to overcome the choke complex. They still have a choke complex. But otherwise they're one of the top teams in the world. Revenant X Spark. Alright. So this is the weakest team that was in World Cup, but they were still in World Cup. In World Cup, they've placed last. And then they were also with a substitute, with Czar. Because Sergeant has his visa rejected for like so many times. Revenant would have done better. They could have done better. Maybe could have won against Elevate. I don't know. The reason why they couldn't probably get along with Czar. They had like 2 weeks to get along with him. Yeah, that's about how many days? That's like less than 2. I mean, getting along with a team in less than 2 weeks is miserable. So I don't blame them for completely flunking it, honestly. But at the same time, I don't think this is 2023 Revenant where they're like making insane World Finals showing. For the Legion, of course. In 2020, this Legion won because of COVID, won the World Finals, and then they haven't been able to achieve anything meaningful since. So no big surprise, lads. No big surprise. Team Electros. Very interesting. Very interesting team. I think they go around here. But I can't judge. They have a lot of potential. Definitely have a lot of potential right now. But I can't particularly bet on how well they'll do. 3-0 Pioneers is definitely impressive. Actually, you know what? Let's put them above. Yeah. They definitely have the matchup. Oh, why they put them here? They definitely have the matchup, but again, second fiddle to elevate. You know, they did better than Space Station, so I mean, at least it was somewhat convincing before they got completely outdrafted by letting them pick Kazi and Jay Young. So many B minus. There isn't a single B plus. I have a team that might change that. So, alright. Let's see. I might put some teams like above or below after we finish this list, and I don't know. Let's get this out. KDS, they've qualified only once actually. Let's get rid of those teams first, because they aren't amazing. Joey texts me saying a school bus hit a parked car on the lot. That's miserable. That's absolutely miserable. Absolutely miserable. Alright. Let's get this out of the way. They've qualified once. Also qualified once in their verse in those teams. New Heights Gaming goes here. We're just gonna get the very uninteresting ones. Electra is probably B, but not in the same level as CR. But you know what? We can regroup those teams a little. Alright. Alright. There we go. More balanced. Balanced. I think this goes into C minus. D. This is this is an old roster. This goes into New Heights Gaming. This probably goes here. I'm done with those. Alright, now we get to the interesting ones. Let's start from the bottom. Berlin City Club, about the same level as those teams. Made the finals once. SKC still won the March once, so I'm gonna put them above here. But they've also gotten like better showing, so they could be equal. Alright. South American teams, those are teams that like only made the monthly finals once and then like 3-0'd. I don't know where to put. I don't know where to like super duper put them. Actually no. This goes here, and those teams have like made it more than once, so we can like count them as slightly better. In a circle, alright. Viet Complex. When they make Brawl Stars competitive, they do deep runs. When they don't, they bombard everything else. Right now, they've gotten a new coach, right? They've got a new coach and took Heretics to set 5 and Supermassive to 3-0. Yeah, the new coach and has been doing like really good. I don't know how they'll do, but they haven't been doing good. This is like their first Breath of Fresh Air. Also, I don't know. Also, this organization is hosting a Counter-Strike for Diamond Home. I don't know how to feel about that. No, I think they're actually like. Yeah, top of B. Top of B minus. Maybe even like bottom B, actually. I might be still better than NA, but like, okay. Totem is probably still better than them. Alright, let me introduce you to the perfect B plus team, right? Novo Esports. This is the definition of racism ball. This is the definition of a racism ball, okay? Hear me out. Uh winning against Italian organizations. They win against Italian organizations. They 3-0 Humble in the monthly qualifier. They beat Totem. They have a positive streak against them. And then they fail to beat anyone else. Like, I should not be joking, right? They fail to beat anyone else that they face. Okay, they lost to Humble here. Let's be honest, they lost to Humble. They lost against Foot. They lost against Foot again. Twice they face each other and twice they go out. They win against everyone Italian. They beat Humble, beat Totem, but oh my god. I think they're more consistent than Quasar now, so better than them. The monthly final they won in March. The problem I have with that is that it was. Oh no, I went into North America, not Europe. They won it on an Ollie Hank meta, and if we take a closer look into what they were picking, if we take a good look, I don't know what this even was. How they 3-0 this? Maybe you should ban like Ollie Hank every game. They went Ollie still lost, and then it's just Ollie flank Berry. Berry one hit wonder, yes. I think they've mostly stabilized and went to like it's a team that will probably make World Finals, but not do well in it. Yeah, they're like fourth. They could probably hold to a number 5. But other than that, I don't know. Humble still got PTSD from that, yes. Yes, I think they're like an average European team, which is still better than North America and South. Alright. Let's see if I can regroup something. Let's actually take a look now that everything is finalized. Humble 5 is crazy. That's because double points are on the second split. So everyone just inflated. Like, completely. Oh wait, it's still no. So let's take a look. Humble S Zeta SK, yeah. Heretics top of A because we don't know about that. Lotus Reject Foot, yeah. Tribe, Navi, yeah. Alright. Nova here, crazy, yeah. I think Totem is better than this, but not better than Electros, and I think Incircle is better than those teams that kind of equal skill. Loud, maybe A minus. You think? Possible. Right. Yeah. And then Navi is better than Crazy. Try buff Loud. But then they've also lost in set 5. So there goes that. And they also said like we would beat Loud 3-0. Oh, you're not. No one is letting you. No one is letting you live that. I'm just gonna be straight. No one is letting you live that. Okay. Let me just look into South America for a bit. Who are these guys? Who are these guys? What's happening guys? Okay, swap places. Okay. Can't hit Zeus like Boss saying that? Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking, yeah. Alright. STMang, SSG, RMDX, Alpha 7, somebody skill. Cost of us, loud here. Code OG. I don't know if I can even rank them. There goes that. There goes that. I think I'm done. I think that this is the final edition of the list. Did Second and Charles even try to call for monthlies? I mean, they did in June. They did try in June, and then they lost to Space Station, no? Or are you saying that they did not make a good effort to qualify? This is... I mean, right after June qualified, OG retired, right? Yeah. Actually, I think I may have undersold them a bit. I may have undersold OG a bit. I think they're like here. Maybe here. Maybe like... I think I undersold them a bit. They've made semis once and they've went toe-to-toe with SSG, but they haven't been able to quite cross it. Yeah. I've undersold them, but I don't think I've undersold anyone else. Quite frankly, I don't think I did. So there goes that. Your second Charles for Surdic locking. We could do the interesting game of who is free agent that they could get as a third right now. Which is actually like that's an interesting discourse. I could go with the silence. The second setting a video he hasn't been trying anymore. Well, yeah. I mean, it would be demoralizing in 2025. Like, what could he even get? Out of those? Because they're kind of already finalized teams. Maybe Lukey, but he's washed. Maybe one of those guys, but they're not like exactly on the level. Are they honest? Maybe, but then again, I don't know who they could get. Honestly, no idea. Just straight up. Zero clue who they get as third. But I think second. I think Charles may have to find a new team. You know, they could pull Azar and go to EMEA. But, you know, Azar coming into Heretics is a perfect storm. I don't think this is gonna happen again. Like, Foot Esports had OG in it. And look at this. Like, look at this. 5 players in 2024, and this guy was the problem. Charles Gale Gadget incident? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was funny. Like, I can't even say. Also, there was Drage. Drage, the most attractive woman, yeah. Someone should replace this pick with female Drage. But I don't know. Uh, who's he playing with now? He's not playing with Heretics. I think he's... Yeah, he's not. He's sort of without a team. I don't remember if he retired. I think he's just not with the team. I haven't heard anything about Bleach. Like, not a single peep. Honestly. Maybe for the best. So, with that said, I think the only thing I can say is that this week there will be the following events. We haven't called. Yeah, this is postponed. There will be he can join Second Charles. Honestly, I could see Drake in NA. It would be interesting. 28th, 29th, there's gonna be Lang in Valencia. You can just watch. It's gonna be those 4 teams: Heretics, Humble, SK, Totem. Might want to watch that. Also, I know it shows my time. But it configures to yours if you go onto Wikipedia. So whatever works. Then there is the North American event, which has all of those top teams, somewhat top and very top. It seems to have been postponed to July instead. But it's still gonna feature everyone. Maybe not Code OG. I don't know who plays with them. Maybe OG will still play this. I don't recall anything about him saying that I will play this or not. So that kind of goes that. You gotta post this number so that you send a screenshot in the Discord. I can post the tier. I can just save a download. Yeah, bam. And should show me it here. Yeah. Compare your tier list to your inspiration. What does that even mean? I don't even know. So I think that besides me advertising what events are gonna happen, anything transfers? No, nothing interesting. What made me want to do it? Alright. Actually, yeah. You know what? Yeah, you know. Let's compare this real quick. Okay, so it's less detailed, but let's compare. Tier SS double S teams above everyone. Yeah. Seems to check out. Zeta on top of Humble when they lost is kind of questionable. No, then there goes Tier S. Reject, Foot, Elevate, Heretics, Tribe. I've put Toxic Lotus above those teams because of their showing. And I've put Tribe a bit below. Why was Zeta first? Bias. Because this guy's fucking biased. I don't like his takes. I'm gonna be like real simple. I don't like his takes. Not Tribe. I think he might overrate Foot. He might overrate Reject. Heretics. He knows it's recency bias. I'm gonna say fine. Elevate, okay, Tribe haven't shown very nice results. Inner Circle in A is very interesting. Toxic Lotus below Inner Circle is very interesting. Below Loud is very interesting. When was this made? Like, literally 2 days ago. Inner Circle is too high. I don't like this. Novo, alright. Yeah, Navi's a bit above them. Koizorkun, yeah. Popular too high, rival too high. Same consensus. NA is better than a lot of Latem. Totem is about the same level. Revenant is about the same level. Synchronic is too high. Upcore is above Synchronic, I think. STMN too low. I think this was before. Was this before the monthly finals? No. Why is STMN that low? Ugh. Close. STMN that low. Space Station so high. Frenzy high. OG too low. These guys a bit too high, and then the rest I kind of agree on. Yeah. Let's look at the comments. You're gonna see my thumbnail right about here. This is the thumbnail for the stream, by the way. I just crop these comments and put them in Ibispain. Well, you're gonna see my editing tool for today. Yeah, this is the thumbnail. This is the comments and the thumbnail. Also, this is free trial. That's why it says. And yeah, by the way, making all of this was a mess. It took me like 2 or 3 hours to make this overlay. So I'm kind of not happy. Bronzy is bigger than SSG, than Jam. Yeah, he's also a Russian, I think. So, yeah. Charlie, what is he repost? Can I get the Charlie porn repost? Actually, no. Okay. Cool. My EU fellas, is this correct? Chat? Oh, this is actually like the same result. This is a different tier list from mine, kind of. Yeah, everyone says, are you trying a rage bait? Yeah. Loud 9-0, one type and walk up, not less. How can I be above tax flows? Yeah. Yeah, this guy is pretty much correct. I got some competition with swords. It's mostly the same people who I've been talking to, etc. I don't know if I'm gonna gain an audience from this. I may as well just like edit a video, re-ranking it on a more like compact style, and then compare it with this. Mine is like more extensive. That tier list is something I expect so you can post. Yeah, but I don't think he's ever gonna do it. Alright. So I'm gonna post this tier list in the Discord server and then the stream link, and this is pretty much it. Pretty much that's everything that I want to do today. I think this stream was pretty productive. I think my takes might not be the most accurate, but I did some decent comparisons to other teams and how they performed and how they may perform. We'll see a lot of those teams in Last Chance Qualify probably, and from then on we'll be able to judge how they perform. We still have July and August. I may do one of those ahead of the qualify and then right after that. I learned slowly sleeping on my region. I'm very much available to one of those teams winning the LCQ and pulling an STMN 2023, but judging how they performed in the World Cup, I am very doubtful of that happening. So alas. Let's see how that goes, but I can't guarantee you anything. Nevertheless, this has been Sorry. I think that is all for today. I will see whether I will want to stream anything else again and whenever else. Thank you for your attention. This stream now goes offline. Thank you for your interest, I guess.